Hello, everyone, and welcome to Jo-ttack on Titan. I'm Jim,
I'm Sam.
and this is it. We're doing it.
Jujutsu Kaisen is dead.
We're doing not an episode by episode, but we will be talking about Attack on Titan loosely, in maybe 3-4 episode chunks each.
At least the first season. Basically, this is gonna be interesting because after we did Jujutsu Kaisen, we just none of us have known it. Going into this is one where I watched the first season in the pinnacle. When it came out, and I think Jim is up. I think finished.
I'm up to date.
He's up to date on the anime and finished the manga.
Yes.
So basically, I don't know too much other than a couple spoilers that happened, because of Twitter or just fan bases regardless. Where I do know a couple of things, but story plot lines itself I don't. This is more of another Sam Hunter x Hunter stuff where
it is like Hunter x Hunter.
This is more so my adventure. One of these days we'll get Jim into something I have read, hopefully.
Yeah, I actually same with Sam. I watched season 1 years ago. And then I saw the hype this year when the new season was airing, and I couldn't bear it, and I fucking watched all of it. And it was great, and I really enjoy Attack on Titan. I'm a big fan, so I think just to lay some ground rules, so I think we'll say, do you want to say what you think you have spoiled?
I can. This is just a heads up for anybody who's just watching this long. Because today we mainly we watched the first 4 episodes.
Yeah, so episode 1 through 4. So season 1 of Attack on Titan.
Yes. So what I know, it's the spoilers ahead.
So wait, let me just say, okay, so spoilers for the next maybe 30 seconds. Spoilers up to season 2, I'll say.
Oh, I know some okay, I know some I know where
Sam knows certain identities.
Yes, I know certain identities.
Certain Titans.
Yes. I know at least
So you think you know
Colossal and Armored.
Okay.
I know those. I'm pretty sure I know those two. I don't know the Beast one as you told me the name of.
Sam, yeah, unfortunately I did say the name Beast Titan.
The Monkey Titan.
Monk Titan.
What's it called? I know Eren is the villain. It seems towards. It feels now. I believe now he looks different. He has
yeah, you've seen images. You've seen images of Eren.
I've seen an image of him in the air with his arms raised.
Okay, there's a very funny panel where Eren is putting a jacket on shirtless.
I think I know what happens, what's actually in, at least a little bit of what's in the basement, because that's a meme that came out the first season.
That is the big fucking
I know, I believe I know what that is. I'm not sure you want me to say what I think it is. Okay. If I remember correctly.
Yeah, maybe at the very end of this.
Okay. And yeah, basically I know, was it Reiner and, I forget the other guy's name.
You don't get to know, I won't say it.
It's Reiner and the other guy that was there in the different episodes that are obviously menacing.
So I'm assuming people listening to this probably have seen Attack on Titan, but in case you haven't, I guess
spoilers are good.
Where do I? Yeah,
for the most part.
I am not going to. Of course, I'm not going to spoil anything. See, I've seen the show. I won't spoil anything.
I have to go.
I won't spoil about the ending. You have thoughts about the ending, but we'll get there when we fucking get there.
Yeah, because I know that's a very hot topic.
I'm very curious to see what the anime does, if it adapts the ending exactly as the show does, but I guess we'll see. Or sorry, as the manga does. Yeah.
So for surprisingly, I do remember especially when it comes up, I kind of remember the first season pretty well, or at least early, because this show, at least this first half of this first season, is very fucking iconic.
It's totally it's funny because when I rewatched season 1, I had forgotten so much. There was so much that I really had forgotten, except the big moments, as you said.
The OP and the Colossal Titan appearing behind Eren are two very iconic things in anime.
I think both Colossal Titan moments, the part when he first peeks over the wall in the very, it's actually the first scene. They do a bit of a flash forward. That scene is so cool. But I love the part where you the last scene we saw basically where Eren is all happy standing. Oh, I'm finally enlisting.
I finally graduated college.
And then the fucking big Titan.
When the real world hits him.
Yeah, literally me when I graduated college.
Yeah, and just for it's close to modern day anime, just had to be so iconic to come out of it, because this was This was what, 2011 when this came out? 2012?
I believe 2012 is when...
Because maybe earlier, because when I first started going to anime conventions, this was one of the hugest things that everybody did. This is everybody cosplayed, could buy the cosplay a Hot Topic, essentially.
Oh, and wait. This is...
2009, maybe? But
Okay,
like,
it's 2013.
really?
Is when this was aired.
Okay, so yeah, basically this was the hottest thing. Like everybody cosplayed. They could just cosplay themselves as whatever jacket they bought, or they, I seen ones where they were Jaegers, Aaron Jaegers, where their blades were Jägermeister and Red Bull.
That's funny.
So this is like what the hugest thing, and this is like I guess like the when Crunchyroll. This is when Crunchyroll really got super popular, when this was like on there essentially. I think it was on Netflix for a little bit too.
I remember watching it on Netflix. It's funny. I'm surprised it was 2013. I really thought it was earlier.
I thought it was
than
2012.
2013.
But yeah, this was like huge. I think my first KatsuCon was just littered with people cosplaying it.
Yeah, I specifically remember it was like a big moment when Attack on Titan came out, especially when it was on Netflix. Everybody talked about it. Everyone watched it.
I'm not sure if anybody else did, but I know Jim knows it because we played it. The Flash game that someone made of Attack on Titan, where
There's been several.
But the first really big one
Yeah.
that someone made, where it was like super accurate of like the 3D maneuver gear, and it was like a shit ton of fun.
There's something so magical, and that's something I think we'll probably keep talking about as the series goes on, but there's something so magical about the 3D maneuver gear that like really captures the imagination in a way that
You're like, okay, maybe
so many things
this
don't.
could be a thing, but it's also like with some of the moves they pull off is like very like not realistic and really fantasy like.
Yeah, especially like Levi. Later on in season 1, we
Yeah.
see Levi do like basically he just becomes Sonic the Hedgehog.
Where like I remember the big issue later on is just like the woods aren't like the ideal place to use them. I remember that's one of the stages inside that Flash game was like those woods where they like were doing the one when they were attacked by the one female Titan.
It's cool because like you do see like how it would be advantageous in like city in a city area where like everything is level and like it like easy to swing, but in like a forest where like it would be more dangerous.
And the branches, certain branches, and like would break and everything.
And then like in the open plains, it's like impossible to use because you have nothing to anchor on.
Exactly.
That's why like it's one of those things when as soon as you see it, it's like one of the first cutaway scenes. They show a bunch of like actually they show like Hanji and like Levi. Well, they don't show Levi, but they show some of the other like scout guys like take a faceless Titan, and they just kind of show you the 3D maneuver gear in the very first episode. And it's like moments like that that really like you see it and you immediately understand how it works. Like,
yeah.
You're like, oh, it's like they shoot the grappling hook and then they zip to it.
It's kind of like equivalent of like if they like the recent Spider-Man game where if you go to like the open parks and everything, you can't really swing at all.
Yeah, exactly. Funnily enough, apparently Isayama, the mangaka, said that Spider-Man was like the big inspiration.
Spider-Man 2, probably.
For like the 3D maneuver gear. It was Spider-Man.
Spider-Man 2 video game that's revolutionized web swinging.
It's really funny too because there was a Marvel Attack on Titan crossover comic back in the day. Do you remember?
No.
In like it must have been like 2014 or 15. Marvel did like a thing where like Captain America and like Spider-Man and Iron Man were fighting the Titans.
Like an actual comic?
It's
or
a
just
comic.
Like...
It's a. Actually, I'm not sure if it's a manga or a comic. It's Marvel.
Attack on Avengers.
Yeah.
This is on the Attack on Titan wiki, so I have like a Marvel wiki.
It's an official Marvel thing.
So
yeah.
I see I see the Guardians fight, like the 2006 Guardians.
That's pretty cool.
It looks like more so
I think it predated the Guardians movie.
It looked like it. But...
The new Guardians movie. Wait, actually, I don't even know anymore. I'm so shocked that Attack on Titan's 2013.
Including the Armor Titan, the Female Titan, and the Colossal Titan. Spider-Man, Avengers, Guardians.
So Guardians is 2014, so who knows?
So Titans suddenly emerge from the waters of Manhattan and begin devouring people, causing a state of chaos. Spider-Man, there's Captain America, Black Widow, Hawkeye, fight the Armored Titan. Iron Man and the Hulk fight the Female Titan, and the Guardians of the Galaxy arrive as well.
That's really funny.
Interesting. This sounds rad. Because the art's like...
I would like to read it, actually. That'd be really funny.
Yeah.
But so going off that, I think it just shows how strong the concept of Attack on Titan was. Like, it's same with the maneuver gear. Like, you, as being like a normal like anime viewer or even a non-anime viewer, you see the whole Titan thing and immediately like you connect to it and you're like, this is horrifying.
Yeah. The
fact that humans, like all of humanity, is like living in these walls,
yes,
like, just because it's that much of a threat, and they have no technology to really combat it.
Even the technology they have were like very revolutionary because they have like the revolutionary kind of cannons that they had to like roll up and everything.
Revolutionary, like, you mean like as in Revolutionary War?
Yes.
Like
you don't try. Yeah.
Yeah, like they're basically like early 1800s when it comes to most of their like military, except the maneuver gear. The maneuver gear is like the one funny sci-fi element.
The one futuristic kind of technology.
Everything else is very supposed to be kind of like traditional. It's very German inspired. Like the way the cities look, the names, of course. Everyone is sort of
very gravity defying Gravity Rush kind of like maneuvering and just like flying,
which is so sick. And like you're making fun of me because I like the one part in the OP when
I hate that part where he's flipping over.
There's a part where it shows like a frame by frame animation of a guy doing a flip, and I love that shit.
This is like the OP that like the most famous spoofed one, and it's great. I remember the second one being
it's
bad.
iconic for a reason. Like,
yeah,
it is so memorable. Like the whole beginning where it's like the German like. Sie sind das Essen und wir sind die Jäger.
And Jim, as someone who's like known German, has to like critique like all the names and the German.
Well, it's funny because like you have like German names are like, I mean English names are like this too, but like when someone is named like Fletcher, you don't like always think like, oh, Fletcher's a profession, like, you know what I mean? But like German names are all like actual professions. Like the name Metzger, I don't think there's a character named Metzger, but the last name Metzger literally just means like butcher. Like Jaeger literally just means hunter, but that's like a real last name. Like,
yeah,
you would meet someone named that.
I mean, Jaeger's also just a common thing thrown around like in Pacific Rim and everything. So
yeah, I guess there's people in our world named Hunter, last name Hunter.
Yeah, there are people named Hunter.
But it's funny because German
even first name Hunter.
Like I think I mentioned John's name. John's name is like Kirstein, which is like cherry stone, which I guess you could probably translate to like cherry pit.
Sure.
I like Jean.
Well, we started out with the flashback to a two-parter, I guess, with the first flashback, I guess.
It's like their origin story. It's not really a flashback. It's just kind of like happening to them.
The first incident, I guess, that really happened to the city they're in.
Yeah. So we have this moment. So I want to say, there's a lot of importance placed upon like the first moment.
Because there's like a bunch of like flashes that happen too. I'm like, Jim, how much is this foreshadowing? Like, I had to go back and double check.
I feel like there is a decent amount of foreshadowing there.
The main one was the one when Aaron, like the second time was Aaron, when he like the dad.
His papa.
Yeah, the dad doing experiments on him, I guess, with needles.
So yeah, it's really funny because I thought they explained this, but I guess they don't. So it's funny. Like,
I'm not sure how much this is like foreshadowed in the manga, but
yeah, I have no idea. I haven't touched the manga. What I wanted to do for this was read the manga, but then we were like, oh, let's do this today. So I didn't think about reading that.
Yeah, we read it like later on.
Yeah, I've only read from the ending of
season 3,
season 4. I believe it's chapter 112. I think I read from 112 to the ending. Mm-hmm. I think that's where season 4 left off. So. Yeah. I haven't read anything previous.
But I thought, like, okay, I think Aaron's dad was maybe showing the back of him, but I don't remember you actually seeing him. But you do see him. He's very, like, gives me vibes of Hohenheim from Full Metal Alchemist, and just, like, this guy's fucked kind of thing. But he seems more like a good dad compared to him, but...
Yeah,
I can't really wait for Aaron and Mikasa to bring Mom back.
Bring Mom back. I really like these moments, like... So this whole like 4-episode stretch we talk about, it's a lot of like kind of building up characters, building up setting,
getting to know the main 3 and the side characters that are going to be fodder, emotional fodder.
Honestly, I feel like I feel like we could have spent more time with the kids at camp, like.
Because I think other than like even the army, we don't get much at the camp. Like we only really get to know Aaron stuff, Jean stuff. And I guess Sasha's.
We had a joke.
We get a little bit with the blonde hair girl, like helping her out, and
yes,
Ymir,
Krista. But... So you joked, like I was like, pay attention. This scene's important because Krista and Ymir. There's a part so like after Sasha has to run like for 5 hours after eating the potato, Krista comes with some food, and Ymir shows up, and I'm like, oh, these characters don't talk for a bit, and you're like, oh, until season 3, and I was like. Maybe. But seriously, like there's almost no time spent with some of these like tertiary characters. Currently they're tertiary characters, but they become more important
once
later.
The cast thins out.
So, and that's kind of like, I mean, you've seen season 1, so it's not too much. Like, you know what happens next. Like,
yes,
we have the Tross battle next.
We have that. We have like Aaron, coming out at the Titan, and the whole thing of Aaron, should he be put to death kind of thing with like the government, and then Levi's on babysitting duty in the forests. They're on an escort mission, and then they have to deal with a female Titan, and then that whole thing happens essentially. That's
pretty much like honestly the outline. There's a lot of like that's the thing though with season 1. It's like so many of these scenes that we see coming up are like really emotional.
I remember
a lot of character.
The wood stuff lasting a while too.
Yeah, it's actually quicker than I had remembered it.
Hmm.
It felt a lot more like lengthy.
But this most of it is like a lot, cause especially in the first 4 episodes, it's the first two, but a lot of like the war stuff is gonna be happening, especially now with like all the young recruits going to see what Aaron went through essentially, of just all this like basically essentially it's like war flashbacks kind of just like what people would see in the war of like people dying or like trying to get injured people out of like rubble and everything.
Yeah,
It could even be like even like, like what the reaction of like nuclear stuff was, just like trying to like help or like just seeing like the destruction and everything.
oh, I can't remember if maybe I'm misremembering. I feel like there is some connection Ishiyama's made to comparing the Titans to like a nuke. Maybe I'm thinking of something else, but
Maybe because I can see it, but like it felt like a lot of like war stuff. Like this is how like the viewpoint of like civilians in war when like a missile comes in essentially or a bomb.
especially the whole first episode, it's like people who have lived in peace their whole life, like they know, and that's like the whole narration that Aaron gives is like these people they were blissfully unaware that they were trapped in a cage.
The military that was put to protect them is just getting drunk on the job and like not really taken seriously because
they were allowed to get complacent because there was no threat, but then this big moment was what reminded everyone that they're trapped and like, they have no way of fighting this.
I really like what the Hannes or Hans.
Yeah. Hannes, very good character.
Yes,
I really like this character.
The fact that he doesn't like hide the fact on him and break later. He just right away says like, "You don't have the strength. I don't have the courage. This is why it happened."
Yeah, when he's unable to save Aaron's mom, and like I really love that scene. And so we're only 4 episodes in, but this guy's already had a character arc. Like,
yeah.
So his whole thing of
and
like,
you also see the mom like literally like going through like, all the stages of death essentially after the kids get away. She just completely breaks and like doesn't want them to go.
Yeah, it's tragic. It's honestly like the emotion, especially the whole scene where like Hannes is like, "Oh my god, it's my moment. Like I need to protect Aaron, this kid that looks up to me or who's kind of shit on me, but like I need to protect his mom." And then he has this moment where he literally stops dead in his tracks and he's like, "No, I can't. I have to run away." And it's pretty. I think it's pretty crazy.
Get away and take the kids with me to the boat.
And all that, like the acting, I think is great. And like so this is directed by Tetsuo Araki, who directed Death Note among many other things.
Does he only do the first season, or does he do, or is he still?
He does all of it.
Okay.
He does all of the all of the Wit created studios. So seasons 1 through 3.
Okay.
I don't know who directs season 4. Because that switched over to Mappa.
Yeah.
But he does. He is director for the first 3 seasons, and it's fantastic. He's a great director, and like it's almost like melodrama. Like he puts so much fucking emphasis on scenes. It's so heightened.
This is the man that made the most dramatic. I'll take a potato chip and eat it.
Exactly.
So,
but that's why
the man that had to make like an anime off of just like a mind games manga essentially of this like. An Among Us like debate part Among Us like debate part and made that into like an anime essentially. I'm just trying to make that super interesting.
It's funny because like I've never read Death Note, but I know the source material is really good.
You haven't read Death Note?
I've seen Death Note, but I feel like I've heard a lot of people.
You seen the American movie?
What?
You seen the Netflix movie?
Oh, I've seen the Netflix. We did watch that.
Yes.
But like I know a lot of people, and I should probably read it myself to say this definitively, but a lot of people say that the manga is not as good. Like apparently the show is like an improvement.
Apparently the live action show is probably one of the better interpretation of it, of what I've heard.
That's
the
funny.
Japanese like version of, or the movies.
I really want to check those out. I've never seen.
I think like the 3 movies for Death Note are like the better way of watching.
No, I thought about Attack on Titan.
No. But yeah, the whole opening is very good. Even the one part where it kind of flashes back to like Aaron's father trying to like get back, and I'm just like, this guy is sus. We know he did do experiments on Aaron, it seemed, and I feel pretty sure he created the Titans or something, or maybe trying to combat the Titans. I don't know.
I would love for maybe near the end for you to just kind of spout some theories. Actually, I want you to say what your theories are about Aaron. So you already
about Aaron or Aaron's dad?
So Aaron's dad. I don't think he's given a name.
I don't think so.
I think he's just Aaron's
Hohenheim.
Dad. Hohenheim. So so you think that Aaron's dad experimented on him?
He's definitely experimented on him because he's the reason why he'd probably be a Titan, or maybe he just knows he's because like it made it feel at one point like that wasn't his real biological mom, but I thought at one point or he seemed like a flash forward or something.
No, that's not the
Okay.
case. That was just
It was just weird.
yeah.
It
I think you misread something.
Yeah, but no, he seemed like he's behind something. He may have created the Titans, or at least the human, or the test subject one. And Aaron maybe was supposed to be like the first one. The base of like the human controlled Titans. I know he like controls like a Megazord. But like when
All the Titans are gonna combine.
essentially, he could, because I think he definitely is behind it. But like for some reason, the whole plan made out earlier before he got his family out of there or his wife. Cause maybe that's why he was panicking.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I still want to know because like I know the other Titans are at least one of them, like two of them are like the classmates to Aaron. And I want to know like were these kids always young like when he did it, or were they stuck to like, a certain age? Like I don't know, and that's what I'm interested about. I don't know like how that works.
Because they're like the same
Did
age.
Did they crystallize at that age like Annie does at the end?
Because like they're the same age as Aaron, and like,
Like
so all the class are the same age.
Are they? Okay, I wasn't sure.
So,
They look like maybe a year or two older.
Yeah, well, give or take like a year or so, but like I mean that's not like a big difference. Like
But they look like they hit puberty where Aaron didn't. So,
but like Annie, and we saw Annie in the
flashback,
in the one flashback,
but she wasn't one of
too.
the Titans there. So
no, we did see her getting bred. So yeah, she's like contemporary age wise too.
Yeah, she's from the same area where they're at essentially.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's interesting. And then we had the whole basement mystery, where the whole meme started, and
with the key. I love the way that key looks. It's so
I don't
cool.
remember Aaron having the key though.
Okay,
but
so this is a very important scene actually.
it is like he woke up with the key and just didn't make a big deal out of it.
So yeah, there's like the big scene where Aaron's dad has a big syringe and he's fooling around with it, and
injecting with
like,
Titan DNA.
And then Aaron wakes up and he suddenly has the key.
Yeah, and he doesn't bat an eye at it. It seemed like he always had it, or just didn't like. But then again, it seemed like memory was a weird thing because he didn't remember any of the things that his dad did to him with the needle, or maybe he's just like
he definitely doesn't seem too worried about it.
Yeah, or trauma just made him like forget it.
Mm-hmm.
But like I thought that was interesting and weird, but like also Closet Titan just like gets struck by lightning when he transforms. I don't remember how Aaron transforms, other than just the steam coming out of him being incredibly naked and his hair being fine, like he's way more shaggier.
We'll see. Soon. Yeah, I think.
But, see, probably 2 more episodes because
in the next batch
he'll get eaten. I don't think he appears for like 2 more episodes after that, and that's when like you don't even know that's Aaron right away.
Yeah, actually, we don't. So I'll say this because you already seen it. We don't actually see Aaron's first transformation
because he transforms like inside the Titan. He just appears.
Yeah, it's kind of a misdirect with Aaron. Like they misdirect you on like how he appears, but
yeah.
It's interesting.
Well,
it's good.
I think that's because like you don't look for a character that looks like Akihiko from Persona 3 as the Armored Titan, because I'm pretty because neither one the Armored or Colossal, they don't look like the 2 guys. I'm pretty sure it is, like 99% sure it is. So yeah. The first 2 episodes are very good. You get the whole refugee also. They also go to the whole refugee thing as well, them not being treated.
Well, that's like a really big. It feels almost glossed over, but like. That's a humongous element because
the guards like scoffing at them for like getting food, even though they don't have enough for like as it is. And these people just went through a horrifying like experience of losing their homes and like watching family being eaten and crushed.
And you immediately have like so the whole thing that I really like about the world. I think the world's really well thought out in that regard. Like we have only so many resources because we're trapped in a wall.
It's a 3-wall city.
So when we lose an entire fucking section, which they lose the outer ring,
the biggest one it looked like too.
Yeah. Which I would assume so much of that's got to be farmland, like animal husbandry and things like that. So you have like, I think it's safe to assume, just going by the numbers, there's like at least like 250,000 people that are that become refugees from this.
And they basically send them on a suicide mission to basically wipe them out, including Armin's grandfather.
And literally like only 100, I think they say a few hundred come back. Like,
it's not very high.
Like hundreds of literally 200,000 people.
They sent elderly that definitely had no chance of actually doing it.
To me, that just seems like population control. Like they were just like, we cannot feed this many people. I mean, everybody will starve.
You seen that the one scene with the scouts coming back and like they're giving the son's arm and like literally says he died for nothing essentially.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's also a great scene.
A lot of good stuff.
It's great. I love this show. It's good. It's really good until the manga happens. And it gets interesting, I'll say.
Mikasa being a simp. Mikasa's the ultimate simp, by the way.
Yeah. How do you feel about Mikasa?
She's not a character right now. The first 4 episodes, she is not a character. She's a simp for Aaron. She's the muscle for him, and like she's just the best at everything she seems to do.
Incredible.
She's just a mindless drone to follow Aaron around. And I'm hopefully like I'm even like later on, like other than the flashback where we learned where she killed those bunch of like slave traders with Aaron,
which we haven't technically gotten.
We haven't gotten to, but I remember that.
Yeah.
Where like she doesn't seem to be much of a character right now.
Yeah.
Maybe I think she reacts a little bit when Aaron gets eaten, or I'm not sure she even knows if Aaron gets eaten. I don't think she does.
She does not. She doesn't see that.
No. So she's not much of a character other than just being a simp and just like someone for John to get jealous at because she gives Aaron attention and not him.
Literally.
Because he never even had a conversation with him.
That's kind of her only purpose in like this, at least the
first season,
3rd and 4th episodes.
Oh.
Well, yeah. I mean, okay.
I don't remember her getting much other than just being a very good Titan killer.
We'll certainly talk more about Mikasa.
Female Levi of Aaron.
Kind of. Yeah.
As being an emotionless, like, Titan massacre.
Well, I feel like Levi does have...
I mean, well, Levi just got the thing of being such a fan-loved character that he just kind of got exploded on for stuff to do.
Yeah, well, we'll get to Levi. But, I don't know. I feel like, yeah, currently I think you're kind of right. Mikasa doesn't really have much. It's mostly just focused on Aaron.
She's there to be the hot Japanese girl that everybody just has the lips.
She does have big lips. We do get so yeah. I
mean, we had the scene with Master Xehanort training everybody.
I love the whole scene where he like
breaks he literally grabs people by the fucking skull.
He lifts Connie up by his ears at one point, which is really funny. So yeah, this is kind of us like really meeting like people who are going to be like the main cast of the show.
Mm-hmm.
So like we see Annie.
Yes.
Which, I mean, it's not a spoiler.
Annie and her nose.
To you, because you know.
I know she's the female Titan.
Annie is a female Titan, yes.
Because who else would it be? There's one other blonde-haired girl that's a kind of a character, but not really.
She's barely a character at this point. Yeah, we see Ymir. I think Ymir has one spoken line.
That was it.
Reiner and Bertold, they're given a lot of time. They have that... I really like the scene where Reiner and Bertold take...
They're very suspicious, though.
They're extremely suspicious.
They are very suspicious. Even with the nub.
But Reiner's a bro. I love Reiner's so like the part when he grabs.
Man, all Titans need to stick together.
He helps Armin though. Remember he grabs Armin's like backpack during training.
Yeah, then Armin just to piss Armin off so he can take it back.
No, he's helping Armin because he's his friend.
Yeah, until he's not.
They're friends, Sam.
They're the enemy to humanity.
They're brother in arms.
But he's doing it for their own reason, which is to help humanity as well.
They're friends.
Sure.
They're guys being pals.
Until he murdered all those people, including Armin's grandfather, essentially, to an extent. Because that would be an issue.
But so...
And Armin has to put him out of his misery.
We'll see.
Maybe.
We'll see.
Armin starts crying.
So what else happens?
So yeah, Master Xehanort trains him. He punishes a majority of them.
We have the fun CQC scene. I love the CQC scene.
Yeah, that comes back multiple times.
It's really funny because like it serves a purpose for like Aaron learning CQC is important for being a Titan.
Yes.
But it would make no sense for him to like know that. So they need to like have him learn that in school.
You got to have a bully character for him to like bully back and basically learn that with.
Which is like basically Annie and John. Annie, I love Annie.
And he's like the bully he learns from though.
Yeah, Annie, Sam was like making fun of me. I fucking
Jim's
love
a big
Annie
simp.
I'm a huge Annie simp. She's so cool and strong, and I like her big nose.
I like she has a hoodie, but she has a nose like the girl.
I like her hoodie too.
The one
very funny.
She had the nose similar to the Phantom Troop member from the beginning of the York New or the end of York New, and she also reminds me of like early Robin from One Piece nose. Just having like that big schnoz.
She's really cool and she's strong, and she learned her martial arts from her father apparently.
Yeah, number 2.
Random throwaway line.
Her father that may probably be evil as well. Who knows? He's the Nick Cage Titan.
The Nick Cage Titan. What else? So what else happened? So the big thing here is like when they're in school.
I'm gonna say Aaron just being able to hold himself up with a broken.
Oh, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. But so the big thing here, it's like you want to be in the top 10 of the class because if you're in the top 10,
you can choose.
You can choose. The big thing is like that's how you get into the military police. That's basically like the cushy job.
You're top 10. You can pick whatever college in high school. You can go to wherever college you want to go to. Essentially.
Yeah. But like the big thing is like you need to be in the top 10 to get in the military police because that's like the cushy like.
You're the king's guards essentially.
Yeah, so you're really far from the Titans. You're able to like extort people. It's like
you're in the closest wall, so you don't have to worry about Titans at all ever.
Yeah, it's basically like the cushy like upper echelon job.
They do throw around like why are the people that are fighting Titans like kept the best clipped so far away?
Why would the best people to fight Titans be? Yeah, it's like why would they do that?
Interesting. Why does the king know?
I don't know.
This fucking.
Will we see the king?
Yes, because every king has to be discussing fat man most likely, or a decrepit old man, or a pope.
I'll say that you're right in one of those.
Okay.
One of those predictions are correct.
Or he's the pope.
Or he's
As we see, they have a crazy Christian.
They do have that's another thing too. I really like how they establish early on. There's like a wall religion, like. It's obsessed with the walls. Very interesting.
Yes.
I think that's a really cool bit of world building. Like, because the walls are so important. To, like, you see them every day. Like, they're part of your daily life.
There are no, like...
Unless you live away
from them. You have the top of the sky, but you have, like, no, like, really, like, surroundings like that except for the wall.
Mm-hmm.
So, unless you're, like, in the mountains. But you see like, everything and you're in the mountains.
Yeah, I guess maybe if you're really... Like, if you're in the middle of the plains, you might never see the walls, but whatever.
Until you have to evacuate.
Yeah.
But...
So...
Yeah,
we talked about the big fucking
there's small character moments like we said, like Sasha running around and getting the piece of bread and then she passes out. Like there's little character moments trickled in there.
Sasha's fart is very funny.
Sasha getting thrown under the bus of not farting but saying she did because that's what Xehanort heard.
Keith's reaction to that is also hilarious to me, where he's like, because Mikasa lies and she's like, "Oh, that loud noise you heard was Sasha farting," and he's like, "Not again. Control yourself." So it's implying that like she is a farter.
Because she's nothing but potatoes.
That's true. It's a lot of starch.
Potatoes and bread. That's all she eats.
A huge carb diet.
Jesus, she's not fat.
Carbo overload.
Bread makes you fat.
She would get fat if she wasn't like constantly fucking running miles around the camp.
Oh, we're talking about Aaron just literally doing the Scott Pilgrim thing of like, your hair's getting long, you should cut it because it's cutting your gears, and then she immediately cuts it and never grows it out again.
It's so funny because Sam was like, "Doesn't she cut her hair?" And I was like, "No, Mikasa always has short hair." And then in the next scene, her hair is long, and then it happens. Aaron literally tells her one time, "Cut your hair," and for the rest of her life, she just keeps her hair short.
Because Aaron Senpai told her to. She has to obey.
I mean, she looks better with short hair.
Yes, I agree.
I like Mikasa. She's cool.
She's emotionless.
She is emotional.
Motionless, not emotionable.
Emotional. So yeah, and I really like. So we get our top 10. It's like all the named characters basically.
Yeah, essentially.
There's a few that aren't in there. Actually, I don't even know if that's true. I think literally all the named characters.
The 5 to 2 are mad sus, man. Or at least 4 to 2. Aaron, the 2 bros, and Annie. Sus.
Sus. But so yeah, and then they have their choice apparently, but we don't. It's funny because I thought that another scene happened before this.
No, they
didn't choose. They haven't chosen yet.
They still have the training jackets on, and then they're like, "Oh, Sasha smuggled this illegal meat out of there, so we're all gonna have a slice of this meat and as friends." And then the Colossal Titan appears in the most like iconic shot from this series in the anime, at least.
It's really good. Aaron smiling as like the fucking Colossal Titan's right behind him is so good.
And then that's when not Samuel falls off the thing and Sasha shoots her device into his fucking leg, which is horrible.
She saves his life though.
Yeah, but at what cost?
There's so many named like NPCs in this show that just are so unimportant.
If you
so
call
funny.
And the less than 12 of you that like probably saw Jim's live stream of Attack on Titan, where like apparently your OC is just like next to all the characters whenever anything important happens.
It's so funny. Yeah, it's really good. The Attack on Titan games are actually really fun.
Yeah, I mean, made by the Muso people, so yeah. But yeah, and it's just like, and then he gets his like, "I'm gonna fight you 1v1." I'm sure it's gonna go great for Aaron. Nothing bad's gonna happen at all.
Just to like go so specifically that scene, like one thing I want to focus on is like what you mentioned is how like the steam. It's like it's so big that like the wind.
It caused like a sonic boom.
Back. Yeah, it's so like that's the things that like the show, especially season 1, focus on are like these moments of like impact, and it makes everything feel so much grander and bigger.
It happened in the first flashback where like the lady just gets like launched like miles away because of like the initial impact or like the steam erupting.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's so, and like that whole scene too is like there's so many like rocks and shit falling down. There's crushed people's
People get
bodies.
crushed. Like it happened to Aaron's house where a rock just like lands on the house and crushes
massive
her.
Fucking rock. It's really cool. The scale of like the Titans make it really scary. We didn't really talk about the Titans themselves
Because you only see a couple of them. They're like
there's like the famous one. I feel like the fandom has a name for it or had a name for it. The one that eats Aaron's mom. That's like a big smiling one. That one is like really iconic to me.
It's interesting
I always think about that one.
That it instead of just straight up eating, which I know a lot of Titans end up just doing, just straight up going for the bite, where he just like snaps her like in half and then eats her.
It like intentionally kills her beforehand. It's weird. Assuming kills
sus.
her. But it's funny that's because sometimes the Titans do like torture people a bit. But like
squeeze them
later on, like
they hold them and they'll break the fingers off and get out, or like you cut the fingers off with like the blades.
Mm-hmm. It's a mechanic for the games.
Yes, I'm pretty sure they did that like in the show though, like once.
We'll see.
Probably.
I know in season 1 though they do explain that like the Titans don't need to do like they don't need to eat people. Like this explain this a bit later, but like it's really interesting that they still do eat people, but will also like sometimes crush them.
They also just evaporate when I know they evaporate when you get killed because they didn't show any Titans actually being killed by anybody in that.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, we haven't seen any.
None of them actually do any work.
That's crazy.
And he missed with the cannons. Yeah,
they were also like caught off guard. They're all drunk.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, that's pretty much the first 4 episodes ended with the shot of Aaron versus Cloud Titan, which I'm pretty sure the Cloud Titan just pieces out and Aaron has to deal with like everything else and gets eaten in front of Armin, if I remember correctly.
We'll see.
I'm pretty sure I'm right.
I think you're right. I think that's what happens in the next one. This is barely prediction though, because you already saw this.
Attack on Titan: The Bridge also I watched and like very good, came out at the time and like was incredibly popular. Then they had to take it off their page because of Funimation, I think.
Who did that? It wasn't Gig Cuck, was it?
No, it was Team 4 Star.
Oh, it was Team 4 Star? Okay.
Yeah. It's very iconic next to everything, so.
But yeah, so. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, it's really good.
I want to get past the first season bad because I wanted to have the second season surprises, which I know they like. It's second season shorter, right?
Yeah, it's punchier. The one thing that I can say, like all the things that you're asking questions about, most of them are answered.
Okay.
Like, pretty efficiently, like or not efficiently, but like a lot of things like are answered. And it's very satisfying that they do. Of course, the whole basement thing is like a meme, but that's like there are a lot of other side mysteries that are brought up too.
I know season 3 is a lot of like, political stuff, and I'm worried about the political stuff though.
It's funny because so I haven't read the manga, but everyone that I've talked to say that like the season 3 political stuff is cut down like immensely, and it's honestly funny. I remember the pacing feeling crazy fast when I was reading that or when I was watching it, so. I might try and read that bit of the manga before we talk about it to compare, but I honestly, it's not. People talk like I remember that being a thing. People talking about how political is or like how it focused on like all this politics and stuff. And honestly, I was like kind of surprised.
I mean, from the first 4 episodes, there definitely is like a shady government thing going on in it.
Yeah, I mean,
of just like why is this the way the military works? Like, that's, like, the huge thing, and, like, some of the choices they make it's very weird, and there's always a shady king, so.
I mean, yeah, you have to imagine. I mean, you can't have, like, a tiny, isolated society like this, and there not be, like, a weird level of corruption, especially, they're already bringing it up with, like, oh, the top-ranking students get to join the military police with the king?
Interesting.
But, yeah, I'm so excited to go on this journey with you. There's so many, like, unfortunately, you may have been spoiled on certain things, but there are so many, like, wonderful moments, and, like, the animation is, in particular, is so good. Like, season 2, they really kick it up, and just, like, some of the coolest fights and, like, action sequences.
I'm excited to see it. The stuff I haven't seen, I'm very interested. I was, like, technically, it was, like, it's been, like, crazy how popular this thing, especially when the anime came back, and just, like, it was just nonstop, so... And so unfortunately something, like I said, got spoiled for me, so...
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I thankfully was watching, like, week by week, but there were some, like, really reckless fucking spoilers when the new season came out.
Or something like, oh, why is this trending? This is a weird. And it's like, oh wait, no.
This is a major character.
It's a Attack on Titan spoiler. Oh fuck.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. So that's why, unfortunately, you have to either delete Twitter or watch everything the minute it comes out. So you
that
can't
was
be spoiled.
like way before we even started to do this, so like it didn't help. So.
Yeah.
And now,
but yeah, I'm so excited. So the idea is that we're gonna try and watch. I mean, we'll definitely finish the series or catch up before the new season comes out.
Yeah, hopefully.
And then I would like to maybe do episode by episode when the new season comes out.
And then after Attack on Titan, then you have to do something I've read and or watched all of. You have to be forced through something.
I'll submit finally.
You submit to Naruto.
Never.
He will.
I'm gonna be honest.
Hey, or watch Log Horizon.
I would honestly rather watch.
No one's
infinitely would rather.
No one's gonna watch the podcast because it's not nearly as popular isekai. Or I make you watch Sword Art and watch hilarious.
No, why would you make me watch Sword Art?
Because it's so hilariously bad.
It is. I would probably agree with you with that actually.
I don't know. There's a list I can make you watch. I wish watch Dragon Ball or read Dragon Ball.
Oh, I do really want to read Dragon Ball.
But like,
reading Dragon Ball would be really fun.
Or maybe actually get you to go through One Piece. Who knows?
One day.
One day.
But so yeah, until then, do we have anything else we want to talk about? Do we want to wrap it up?
Yeah, basically, we got the gist of everything.
I mean, yeah, I think these are really strong. I think like Studio Wit just knocks it out of the park with this adaptation. Like, they put so much emotion into all of these scenes, and I feel instantly like drawn back into it.
Like I said, there's a reason why this was the hottest thing in that year.
Yeah.
Like, it was everywhere. It's like pop culture.
It's funny. Speaking of Gigguk, I mentioned a minute ago, but he did I think a few videos on Attack on Titan, and one of them he mentioned like how at work, because when he had like a normie job at work, like other people he talked to would talk about Attack on Titan. And he was like, these are not people that talk about anime. Like this has like really like extended into like normie circles, like people who are just like, I guess.
Like I said, it being on Netflix really helped.
Yeah,
helped it.
Also, I think honestly, how serious the tone is. Like,
yes,
the hyper serious tone really, because a lot of people have a problem with that in anime.
Well, that year was other than a few cases, this was like a lot of hyper violent shows came out and got like immensely.
Was this that? No, I think the next year was Kill la Kill.
Yeah, Kill la Kill was 2014, I believe.
2014, yeah.
Because that's when that overtook Attack on Titan was like the popular thing to watch.
At least initially, because there was a whole like fucking Kill la Kill saves anime thing, and then that people dropped off Kill la Kill, and it's really funny looking back at like the anime culture at that time, because like it really was like Attack on Titan really came out of nowhere. Like this is a huge deal, and it's great. I think it's pretty consistently great.
Is it?
The anime is.
Okay.
I would say the anime is, honestly. I'll be that guy. I'll be the guy that bitches about the CG Titans when we get there, but we're not there yet.
And then you could bitch about the ending like many other people did.
We shall see. It's really funny because
do you think I will like or hate the ending?
That's a really loaded question.
Is it a yes or no or maybe?
I think that
or you're not sure. What
I'm honestly not entirely sure. I think that you will like me. I feel like you'll have the similar reaction to me, where you'll think the finale is good, but the actual ending itself is not good.
I'm interested.
The actual ending is like, I think I won't go any further, but I think you will enjoy parts of it. Like specifically, I think the finale is really good. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah,
I can't wait to take this little journey with you.
I can make you go through the journey of like reading through Fire Force or some shit, man. I'm gonna get you through one of my adventures. Some of the trash I've read and or watched. But this is good. This is good though.
I think you'll so enjoy this series. There's so many fucking incredible moments. Oh my god, I can't wait. There's so many like character moments are great. I really love this series. So
yeah. All right.
Join us next time. We talk about episodes 5, 6, 7. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll probably go through this arc of the Titans getting to the city, and basically up until when Eren gets out of the Titan.
Basically, so if we talk about like if we call it a core, so like the next 6 to 8 episodes are probably going to be like this battle. This battle is a fucking ton. Yeah, it's basically the first season.
It's at least up. It's the first half.
First half of the season. Yeah.
It goes. I know it goes basically up to when Eren gets out of the Titan, unlike Shinji.
And beyond actually, but whatever.
I got a good idea. Maybe go through Gundam movies because I haven't really seen a lot of the movies. That'd be.
I'm down to watch this. All right, we can talk about that.
But yeah, so thank you all for listening through this. I'm not sure these would be taking place of Jiu-Jitsu Wednesday or Titan Tuesday.
Oh, I want to do Titan Tuesday
or Titan Thursday.
Jo-ttack on Titan Tuesday.
So
it's got to be a Tuesday, right?
So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Of course, you can follow the podcast. You can follow Jim at King Produce or at me at GoKaikun, and join the Discord, of course, to talk about all your various animation BS. Anything else?
I don't think so. I think that's everything. Yeah, join us next time. I'm so excited. I wish we could watch more episodes now, but we can't watch a whole chunk right now.
It's gonna be a lot of episodes to go through.
It's gonna be
It's not as easy as Jujutsu Kaisen where we record an episode and go record, but this is hard. This is a lot more. It probably won't be as a frequent release as it, but
well, maybe okay. I'll talk about this off air, but
yeah.
You'll be enjoying them regardless. So thank y'all for listening.
All right.
And have a great night.
We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.